Movie tries to trick me into thinking it started, when in fact it's just another logo. And because of this, 1 minute and 5 seconds of damn logos.
Itchy nose.
Even in the spirit realm, Oogway is still corporeal enough to feel itchy. Pick one! Do all the rock formations and structures that were destroyed in the other two movies go to the same afterlife as the Kung Fu masters who destroyed them? It seems that way based on Oogway's surroundings.
Our battle ended 500 years ago.
Well, now I'm ready for a rematch.
By the looks of it, Kung Fu masters maintain the physical form they possess at the end of their life when they go into the spirit realm, which is unfortunate. Oogway's long and happy life gives Kai the upper hand. Oogway writes the Chinese symbol for Qi backwards so that Kai, and I guess the audience, can read it, which is considerate of him.
With your Qi, I will finally be able to return to the mortal world.
But why? Who set up this dumb world where if you kill a whole bunch of masters in the afterlife, you get to go back? And why is Oogway the last soul you need? These are some stupid rules, Afterlife. I get that this is just a cloud, but all the rhinos we've seen through the entire series have been good guys. The prison guards, Victor Garber, the rhino that was in the suit that's in the Hall of Warriors. If anything, he should give this cloud a friendly wave as he flies by. Poe just threw out his fist and began falling harder, because he's also Kryptonian. Poe gets winded when he walks up the stairs, but running so fast his high fives are flammable is no problem. Shifu got more goose slaves. I wonder how Ping feels about this. Is this an intimidation thing? Because the training hall was pretty well lit before these things were here.
Tigress is not the Dragon Warrior. You are.
Why do I get the feeling that Dragon Warrior is a title given to suckers who have to end up doing all the work?
What's that?
I hope Shifu hasn't been doing this the whole time, and all the apparating he's been doing is just Poe's dumb perspective. Tigress literally gets shot with a flaming arrow and responds like she stubbed her toe.
Oh, my claw thingy!
Mantis doesn't know the technical term for his appendage.
I'm glad we're not Poe right now.
What a loser!
Look, I know people forget about the great deeds of heroes after a time, but in this world, where Kung Fu masters are treated like gods, who actually thinks Poe is a loser after 2 movies of accidental awesomeness that they don't know is accidental?
I think he heard us.
These geese are English, for some reason. Speaking of English, I'd like to apologize for waiting until the 3rd movie to send this entire franchise for being based on Chinese customs and culture and only casting 4 Chinese actors in all 3 movies.
You set me up to fail? Why?
Because it keeps working.
Oogway saw greatness in you, Poe, against my better judgment.
Feels like Shifu should be over all this by now after 2 movies and 2 major victories.
That was Qi.
What's Qi?
Qi is a fundamental principle of Chinese culture that Poe should already know after 2 movies, but he doesn't. Because the audience might not know what it is, someone needs to explain it.
The energy that flows through all living things.
Next thing you're going to do is tell me there's a dark side to all this, and people named Darth Rhinoceros. Kai's return to the world of the living is a ripoff of both Mortal Kombat and the Terminator franchise. Kai basically draws a curved line in the dirt, and for some reason that keeps these guys from continuing to run. This goose lays some eggs when he gets scared, because if he shits himself, that would be a little too graphic. Also, isn't this goose a dude?
I am ready.
Comical misdirection cliche, aka the basis behind every joke in this entire franchise. Can someone get the Dragon Warrior a bigger tub to bathe in?
You're in charge of the whole Jade Palace. I can sell noodles in the lobby.
Selling noodles in the Jade Palace doesn't seem like a good business idea. There's very little foot traffic up there. No, because you didn't swallow them. Just shoving food in your mouth doesn't count.
I'm Li Shan. I'm looking for my son.
But first I had to beat your dumpling eating record, which I guess is the first thing everyone told me about when I came to town.
I hope you find your son.
And I hope you find your father.
We know Poe is comically inept, so I'll let this slide, but why the hell is no one else saying anything?
Oh my gosh, it is you!
I mean, he's right, but jumping to conclusions.
Our bellies could be brothers.
Lee and Poe/Lotus are going to answer Ping's question basically with "we look alike," which proves nothing because all pandas look the same. That's racist. Sketch bombing. Also, the artist draws Ping in this picture even though he doesn't have to.
How could you receive a message if no one could find you?
Ping, calm the down. I've got this. But yeah, he's right. Does the Hall of Warriors rotate out artifacts every so often? Or are all the artifacts in the hall inexplicably different from the first movie?
Anything else we should try and...
Bonding by way of vandalism. Bondalism? This goes on for some time. Those priceless artifacts are now going to get scratched to and they're going to ruin the floor by sledding around on them. So even if they aren't caught right now, someone will know that someone up, and they'll know who it was pretty quickly.
Your father!
Everyone immediately forgets about Poe playing with the artifacts in the museum immediately upon his father's reveal.
Jade zombies?
They beat me to it.
It's okay, Dad. I do this every day.
The Valley of Peace gets attacked every day. Maybe they should change the name.
Oh, Master Porcupine!
Poe's encyclopedic knowledge of all the Kung Fu masters who have ever existed and his incessant need to explain it is extremely convenient to us, the viewer. Otherwise, they'd have to use the actual story to explain who these people are. Fighter who uses bow and arrow and never runs out of arrows, or in this instance, quills cliche.
I thought he died 100 years ago.
Is the fact that he's entirely Jade not a huge red flag to you? Also, remember zombies?
Get a quick sketch of us.
The sketch pig was close enough for Poe to retrieve him in seconds.
I see you.
What, is this f***ing guy Sauron?
They taught me how to give chi.
And you didn't teach anyone else about it, or tell Poe you knew where his f***ing family was.
What could be given could also be taken.
And turned into a handy-dandy little charm bracelet so he won't lose it.
I banished Kai to the spirit realm.
Which is a fancy way of saying you killed him. But this is a kid's movie, so... Also, this movie had to have been written as Mortal Kombat Extinction, or Mortal Kombat Apocalypse, or whatever they're calling the Resident Mortal Evil X-Men Combat Underworld Furious movie these days. This is like the fourth montage in 30 minutes.
I raised Poe for 20 years.
Since the lifespan of a panda is 20 years, how are all these older pandas not long dead? And Poe not knocking on the spirit realm's door?
You can fly?
Poe didn't know Ping could fly, and the movie wastes time making Poe not know that.
We're here.
The Panda Village is beyond the wall. They must be wildlings. How does this village manage to be summery in the obviously ice-cold mountains? And God help you if you say f***ing chi. I've heard that word enough in this movie to last a lifetime. The sun comes out immediately upon their arrival in the Panda City, creating this dramatic reveal. This pandas are out of shape joke has officially worn out its welcome.
He's so handsome, just like his father.
Thank you.
Did Li tell the village beforehand that he was bringing a stranger into the secret village that no outsiders are supposed to know about?
We call it a snack list. That's right.
How are they able to resist eating it before they gave it to him?
You're like me, but old.
What kind of Elmo is this?
What's that?
Dumplings.
Just what this franchise needed. Testicle jokes.
You mean you only eat one at a time?
You remember that fake movie trailer called The Fatties in Tropic Thunder where Jack Black basically played a whole family of fatties? They kind of made that movie here, didn't they?
I knew I wasn't eating up to my potential.
I find it hard to believe Poe didn't realize this, considering how many times we've seen him shove spherical food into his mouth in large quantities. She must really be the best ribbon dancer in the world if she's able to lasso Poe like this and fling him around the table without breaking the ribbon. Mei-Mei's ribbon is getting longer, otherwise it would have been awfully hard for Poe to reach the table.
Look out! Jade creatures attacked our villages.
Master Chicken is the only kung fu master that makes his animal noise on a regular basis.
They must be in there.
Must they? Can you really just claim this from the first structure you come upon? Also, there's a large boat in the middle of the desert. A desert that looks more like Tatooine with rocks than a dry lake, so there's no reason for this boat to be here.
Even Master Chicken's going in there, and he's a chicken.
He's also already a kung fu master, which requires at least some abandonment of the chicken stereotype. With the power that Kai possesses, what the f*** is he doing hiding out far away from the action? Is there any reason why he hasn't just won already? He's got to wait until Poe learns some bullshit way to defeat him, then he'll attack, I guess? That's just stupid.
I'll go high, you go low.
Mantis suggests that Crane, who is a bird, go low, and he, a bug, go high.
Wings up!
Crane turns around to fight, when his time could have been better spent getting the f*** away to warn his friends.
Pandas sleep till past noon.
Am I a panda? Also, if pandas sleep till past noon, then does all the farming get done in the heat of the afternoon?
Grandma Panda, heads up.
Poe killed Grandma Panda.
That's how we roll.
Get it? Because
Tremendous appetite.
if you didn't understand that pandas are fat and enjoy food, here's this. Poe's dad is remembering something he didn't witness. And the memory he couldn't possibly remember is switching between 2D and 3D animation, because DreamWorks still can't figure out how they want to do flashbacks in these movies. Movie tries to convince me they're just shooting arrows between provinces to deliver messages, and not using slave geese or something much more feasible to deliver messages.
Master Lizard. Master Ox. Master Eagle.
If you want to be a Kung Fu master in Animal China, you better hope there isn't already a member of your species that's a Kung Fu master. I know you're excited to have more lines and screen time in this movie, Monkey, but let the mantis go. The scroll that Tigress needs to take with her happens to fall out of the destroyed Jade Palace and ends up right next to her.
I don't know it, okay? No one does.
There isn't a single panda in that village that knows chi, even though it seems like a pretty important thing to pass down.
Now they're all...
Even if Poe wanted to say they're dead, he wouldn't be able to, because no one seems to actually die in this universe, except for Poe's biological mother. There are still f***ing panda tracks after all this time.
I lied to him for 20 years. He still thinks he came from an egg.
No, he doesn't. As the last movie plainly pointed out, he pretty much figured out the whole thing. But then you told him the story of how you adopted him, so you're lying to Poe's dad right now.
I don't even know if I'm a panda.
I can help you out with that one.
Unless you had an army of your own.
All of us.
Yes, Poe, build your child army. Also, did the fog clear dramatically just for this reveal? Movie is slowly styling itself to try and ease me into another training montage. It gets darker as Kai approaches because he can also control the weather. So it's official, the pandas are Ewoks. Like all the evil creatures in this universe, they can be easily defeated with silliness. The Kung Fu masters are all easily defeated by these normal talking pandas. I bet they're just not used to the altitude.
Stop! Yes, enough!
Kai is controlling all the Jade Masters with his mind and his Eye of Sauron thing, but how does he keep track of all of them when they split up? Does he have Sauron picture-in-picture? Or does he have to use the last button on his Sauron remote and switch back and forth?
Wait, it's working. No! No! No,
No, it's not.
Kai must be trying the silliness fighting technique to defeat Po, but it's definitely not working. Stick with what you know, Kai. Kai takes the time to beat on Po instead of just taking in chi because the movie needed some more runtime.
I can't send you there, but I can take you there. Skadoosh!
Po whooshy fingers himself and it actually works, instead of Po going to the spirit realm by himself, leaving Kai there to steal everyone's chi.
And we'll finish it here!
Then where will the loser go? The further? The transformation of Po into a jade thingy takes way longer than normal, giving the pandas an opportunity to pull chi out of their ass.
You taught us who we were meant to be.
In like a day. These pandas find sudden chi by believing in themselves, which means they simply needed to locate Kanye West to defeat the bad guy.
I am the Dragon Warrior.
Basically, this movie is just telling us, roll with it. F it. We're making this up as we go along. Just ignore whether or not we're making sense. Roll with it. F it. We're making this up.
Chitty chitty chat chat. Shit. Chat.
Kai has basically the same weakness as 2015 and 1885 Marty McFly.
When I sent the message to your father.
Just in case you're one of the few people who didn't figure this out on your own.
Wait, I can go back?
Who knows? I've never tried.
Then Po tries the first thing he thinks of, and it works.
I think I mastered chi.
Like in 10 seconds. Po really didn't have to work at all to get that knowledge. What a chi cheat.
Can you teach me?
Well, maybe you should ask the congregation of pandas around you, because they're the ones who learned how to do chi. They just transferred the power from the mortal realm into the spirit realm and infused Po with it. So no, he can't teach you. Except this movie is going to have you believe he can, so f*** it. What took Oogway and other masters decades to learn, this group of animals learn in a matter of days.
I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes.
Not that it matters.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair.
I hope you find your son.
Hope you find your dad.
You all look like me.
And there's a million of us just like me, who bust like me, who just don't give a f like me.
I left my friends unprotected, and now they're all...
And you would have been too.
I watched Jane die.
Goddamn time-traveling robots covering up their goddamn tracks. Knew it.